County Center from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. And right now, as I said before in the last break, we're joined by Sean Kilpatrick of the Delaware 87ers. Also played for White Plains High School. And he's a local guy here. So, Sean, welcome to the show. And first question for you, what I think probably later on it'll probably feel a little bit different. But, what just in terms of coming back here to play in Westchester, what is that feeling like for you?
The feeling is great. I mean, just really being able to just continue to be here and play in front of my friends and family. I mean, last time I played there was about 5-6 years ago. So, I mean, it's something that that's amazing, especially in this building. It gets pretty electrifying. So
yeah, well, I mean, just from the games that we've seen here for the Knicks, I mean, I've been here. I was at the New Rochelle Mount Vernon game with the shot from somewhere about 100 feet behind me, but for you coming back here, your aspirations are to get to the NBA, but, being with Delaware right now, how's it been with Delaware? And, where do you see yourself in the next, few weeks, coming months?
Well, with Delaware, I mean, it's been great. Them guys, they really did a great job with just bringing me in and just making sure that I was comfortable. I mean, that was something that I really harped on the most, just really being able to be comfortable around guys that I know, especially and with my family being as close that they were to Delaware, and just the situation. I mean, it was pretty tough in Santa Cruz because I was like on the other side of the map. So with me being able to just try to come back to Delaware now and be able to just start everything over, I mean, that was something that was pretty good.
SK, what's up, buddy? So, I mean, just coming back here, I mean, you played here, I tried to count, I think it was 7 times. I know we played 3 times when you were a sophomore here, and then we didn't make the County Center the playoffs that year. Mm-hmm. Then as a junior, we went to the championship and played 3 times here as well, so that's 8 times, actually. Mm-hmm. And then after that, not again, but just to put it all into perspective, I mean, when we were in high school, you wanted to be and play in this arena. Mm-hmm. To come back here 6 or 7 years later and now be playing here again in front of your home, can you just explain what that journey is like and how kind of ironic it is?
Being a freshman in high school, I mean, everyone knows that Coach Mayfield, he does a great job with preaching to us. I mean, getting to the county center especially is very important. I mean, you have everyone in the city, they come out to see you, and just to see how hard you guys work, I mean, all year. And I mean, getting a gold ball is something that is always on our agenda. And really just being able now as a professional to really come here and just make sure that like this is something that you're coming here to play for now. I mean, you're coming here to play in a professional environment, and guys here, I mean, everyone's older now, but I mean, I never knew or thought that I would even think about coming here to play. I mean, this is something. I mean, the county center is like 2 minutes to drive from my house. I mean, this is something that's crazy. So it's really inspiring being able, like I said, to come here and just to play in front of my friends and my family. I mean, my daughter, she'll be here tomorrow. So I mean today. So it'll be something that's really good for everyone, especially in the 87ers department as well. I mean, they've never seen probably a packed house like it's going to be tonight. And I mean, I knew it was something when Jordan told me that the mayor has a chance to be here. So it's going to be pretty good.
And not only just, I mean, in terms of, playing back here, but, there's so many ties to this area. I mean, we saw Sherrod Wright, who's a guy that play a preseason game here for the Westchester Knicks, and Kevin Jones has been in the league for a while. Our former teammate Rashad James plays, but you're going to be the first guy from this area to really play here. Andre Barrett's the player on the Westchester Knicks now. He played in the county center once before, but this is kind of your time. I mean, this is your building, your time to shine. Do you take a little pride being from Westchester and playing against the Westchester Knicks?
Yeah, I mean, with me being with Delaware, and with me just like you said, being from White Plains especially, I mean, it's only right that you take pride coming into this building, because you have years of basically building what you have in here, and me just really being able to just, like I said in the interview earlier, just trying to come here and just play well for my team and make sure that we try to get a win is really important. So I mean, I just want to continue to keep playing the way I've been playing and just making sure that, I mean, we get this W tonight.
Sean, the last time we had you on our show, it was before the draft. And something you talked about was, at every level, people had questioned, your skills? You know, would you be able to perform at the level that you did in high school? Would you be able to perform at the level you did in Cincinnati? Now that you're at this level, you know, were you expecting to be in the NBA at this point? And do you feel kind of the same way in this regard, you know, being in the D-League right now on your way to the NBA?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of guys, especially that play in the D-League, they take it for granted. I mean, you have guys in this league that, I mean, at any given moment, like you seen like 2 weeks ago, Lynx. I mean, he was someone who came into this D-League and harnessed it, and not only that, but he did a great job with just making sure that, I mean, he stuck to the task. And look, he's called up within a couple of days after that. So, I mean, it's more so of a league that'll help you get to where you need to get to, and you being able to just try to get the games that you need to get in, and making sure that, I mean, the guys that are in the NBA are doing a great job with getting to see you play. So, I mean, this is a league that's not to be taken lightly. I mean, a lot of people, I think they take it for granted, but I mean, I'm just here really just trying to continue to keep building on what I did with my resume, and that's something that will never leave me. So, I mean, I think I do a pretty good job with doing that.
And again, not you kind of experienced those changes that can happen so quickly, getting traded from the Santa Cruz Warriors to the Delaware 87ers. When you found out that happened, what went through your mind? Not only that, because you're going to be playing at home, and originally you weren't going to be doing that. Mm-hmm. When you found out that news, what went through your mind?
It was kind of crazy because I was actually, that was right after the showcase, mm-hmm. So I was still battling the flu. I mean, I was out of it, and then to get a call from my agent, I would say on the East Coast time, it was about 11, but 8 o'clock my time, and he was telling me that you was getting traded. I was like, I never would have thought that I would be getting traded, but okay. I mean, this would be a fresh new start, and with me being able to come to a team that actually knows who I am and actually had some type of parts with me and with the 76ers summer league, I mean, I think it was a pretty good idea. So it was between the 76ers and the 87ers and a different team, but I was praying that it was going to be the 87ers because, I mean, it'd be, like I said, closer to home, and it'd be with people that I actually know. I mean, I didn't want to go into a whole different environment not knowing what I was getting myself into, when now I'm with an environment where I know the offense a little bit, and everything is not just foreign to me. So, I mean, it was pretty good.
Well, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, you're going to stick around, Sean, for a few more minutes?
Yeah.
All right, cool. We'll stick around with Sean Kilpatrick. We'll break. We're here live at the Westchester County Center from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. More with Sean Kilpatrick coming up next. You're listening to Westchester Knicks Weekly on the official home for Westchester Knicks basketball, AM 1230 WFAS. From the Westchester County Center, the applause for Sean Kilpatrick making his return to Westchester to play in the County Center. What is this now, for an 8th time? Jordan, I
think it would be the 9th. Yeah. Did you play in the slam dunk as your senior?
Yeah, we did.
So then it would be the 11th time.
Yeah, we did.
So the last time you were on the show, not to get off the track, but I asked you to tell an embarrassing story about Jordan Griffith, and you went off on one of the most heartfelt, nice things I've ever heard anyone
Chris
say
is
about
very
someone.
Angry that you didn't.
And I was so pissed about it, but now I'm gonna reverse it. Jordan, give me one. Kind of embarrassing thing about Sean Kilpatrick. Oh, he's the greatest guy ever. I love him. We're boys. We're like brothers.
What would you take the words right on out? SK just likes to have fun. Like, he's the type of guy that, when somebody's sleeping on the bus, he'll come up and just wash your face off one time. We used to have good times with Rashawn Johnson, our big center. He's a big guy. He's a center, and we used to I just remember some of the best times I've ever had, just on the bus driving to random places, Seton Hall, Rutgers for practices, and just laughing. I mean, we did a lot of laughing. Coach Mayfield did not like that. You can ask him when we were here. But we used to even laugh while we would run. Like, Coach would be on the sideline and run, and we would just still laugh the whole time. That was some of the best times, right? SK, would you say that?
Yeah, I would. I mean, especially dealing with Coach Mayfield at that time, you had to have fun. You had to. I mean, that was something that we really cherished the most.
Sean, for the game tonight, what's one thing that you really would, I mean, obviously you want to go out 40 points, game-winning shot, buzzer beater, but your expectations for tonight, do you think you can even really prepare for the feeling that you're going to have before, getting, your team introduced on the court tonight, coming out and just getting probably what's going to be a pretty big ovation?
Not really. I mean, that's something that probably in this city that I haven't felt or seen physically probably in like you said, like 6 years. So it's gonna be totally different with me just really being able to see everyone here. I mean, there'll probably be while we're doing layup lines, there'll probably be people trying to shake my hand as we're trying to do layups. But I mean, I just I just really want to focus on this win. I mean, that's something that's really the important thing, because we lost our last one and we didn't like how we played, and I just really think that today I have a good feeling on how things are going to be.
How do you deal with the attention? I mean, because you were a star at Cincinnati, first team All-American. There's going to be a lot of attention here tonight, and you bring up a good point saying, you guys did lose your last game. You got to still focus on the game. So how do you cope with that feeling of having to deal with, having to actually, play well in a basketball game versus all the other things that are coming? I mean, you're doing a radio show right now at 12 o'clock on a Friday before the game. I mean, it's got to be pretty surreal.
Well, situations like this, like doing interviews and everything before the game, I mean, that I think Coach Cronin, he's done a great job with prepping me for situations like that. I mean, there would be times where we had a UConn game and I had to do interviews like 3-4 hours before that. So I mean, I think with being in Cincinnati for 4 years, it helped me a lot with like mentally and also maturing a lot more. But I mean, you got to expect fans, especially from this county and from this city, to really be as hype as they are. I mean, they don't really get to see things like this every once in a blue. I mean, I have probably high school teammates that's coming here that I haven't seen in 4 or 5 years. So I mean, it'll be something that's pretty good for the city, and I mean, I just really hope that we can pull out this win. So I mean, it can be 20 times better.
and I can kind of attest to that too. I mean, SK, one of the things that I've always been the most impressed about is no matter what's going on outside of basketball, when the game time comes on, SK is always focused about one thing. And there's been times when SK's come to play in the Big East tournament at Madison Square Garden, and everybody in the world wants to go and see him. And SK has always been the type of guy like, look, I'm getting ready for the game. Let me handle my business, you handle yours, kind of, and that's kind of how you have to be, especially in a situation like this. SK being back in White Plains.
Forward to seeing man. I mean,
you haven't seen your daughter yet. I know obviously your family would be one of the things, but who are you looking forward to seeing today in the crowd?
My mom. I mean, she's always going to be number one with that situation. My grandmother will be here. I haven't seen my grandmother since draft night.
Wow.
So, yeah, that draft night, I mean, that's the last thing she can remember with me. So, I mean, of course, I want to get to show her what's been going on with my world with that. But my grandfather, my aunts, I mean, of course, friends. I mean, I get to see one of my best friends today. I mean, Sean Brooks. He'll be here today. He's a character. He's a character. So with seeing him, and I mean, Jordan will be here regardless. I mean,
yeah.
he's
not really coming for you. He's
So I mean, everyone to be here. I mean, you have guys that, like I said, that I speak to on a normal basis. I mean, prior to this coming here to Westchester, me and Jordan was up the other night 3-4 in the morning talking about situations like this. So I mean, with him being able to just see me every day, I mean, hear from me every day, I mean, it really makes it even better now that he gets to see me.
Did he give you the scouting report?
Oh no, I was hoping he was. That's the sick part about it.
And SK, I mean, you have a lot of ties in the area. Can you speak to, some of the ways that you have been prepared, coming up through high school? I mean, we talked about Coach Mayfield, but Velocity Sports is a place that you trained at for quite some time, and they're very proud of you. You have a big picture of you up on the wall. But can you just, this journey, there's been a lot of people in Velocity Sports and Coach Mayfield and what they've done for you.
Well, when I was there, I mean, I was still in college, and really being able to go there, I mean, the first thing I remember once I seen Brian Fee, I mean, he was someone that really told me that, I mean, you would see dramatic changes in your jumping, and especially with your athleticism. So that was something that I really wanted to continue to keep focusing on. And Brian, he's done a great job with really bringing Paul in at that time. Paul was my trainer, so I mean, Paul, he was someone that he didn't accept nothing but hard work. And I mean, I think I needed something like that, especially in the off season. So I mean that was something that really helped me the most with being an All-American, especially in Cincinnati my last year.
Now, I'm going to be doing a video, like a training video at Velocity, and I was athletic. I don't know if I play men's league softball.
Oh wait,
Sean, so
SK, you don't know. Chris has literally hit like 3,000-foot home runs.
Oh wow,
that's not actually real.
Yeah, that's fine over there. No, it's actually fact.
He once told me he hit a golf ball from the golf course to the radio station. It's like 4 miles.
Yeah, no. I picked up the ball at the radio station.
Wow.
Like, so I mean, it was pretty. It was at least 4 miles. But what's the field over here? The one off of the
Gardella?
Gardella.
Yeah.
Well, Ferris Ave is really the park. Yeah. Where SK grew up.
I hit a ball about 3 months ago on the second field over the fence, and this old guy came up to me and he was like, "I've been watching softball here since 1975. I've never seen anyone hit a ball over that fence." So that's me.
Well, SK, you know how far that fence is. Just to talk about that park in Gardella and Ferris Ave. I mean, you grew up literally. I mean, we can go outside here. We walk under the train station. You make a left, and you get to your building. Ferris Avenue. What has that area, that community meant to you in your journey, and what's it like to play 5 minutes?
We're just going to ask you a question about every street in White Plains and what you did there at any given time.
Well, Ferris Avenue, I mean, I moved there when I was 12 years old, and really being able to see the things, especially on that block, I mean, it was something that's really life-changing for me, especially. I mean, I was coming from Yonkers where it was bad. I mean, it was worse than Ferris Avenue, but to still be able to see what I was seeing there and really being able to just still have that humble mentality from me, knowing that, I mean, I really come from nothing now. I mean, and really giving me the job every day to really continue to keep helping get my mom out of that place. I mean, it was something that's really inspiring for me. I mean, it helped me in a lot of ways. It really matured me to be the man that I am today. And when you have guys, especially being up there like Torrey Thomas and also mentors up there as well, and they tell you never be on the corners and on Ferris Avenue, because I mean them same guys that you see now is going to be there 10 years from now. And when I go there now and I see it, I mean like they say, they're still there 10 years from now. So I mean, it really helped me humble the way I am now and really focus on what I need to do to really get out.
Now go back to White Plains when you played there in high school. How did Coach Spencer Mayfield kind of guide you in the right direction?
Well, he made sure that, I mean, we didn't really play much AAU until Coach Rizzo. Coach Rizzo came in there. I mean, he always made sure, especially during the summers, that we was always together as a team. I mean, they always say during in the off season, that's what really having us in Jersey, playing against the Jersey teams. I mean, it's like how many high schools out there? So we played, I would say, every 2 weeks we played, I would say 8 teams in a weekend. I mean, it was outrageous. So, I mean, Coach Mayfield, he's done a great job with really keeping us there. And, I mean, I tip my hats off to him.
SK, I mean, coming back here, again, to the county center, when you play tonight, are you going to have flashbacks to some of those games? I mean, I've been on this point in the car, and you remember times that you played. Playing here, do you have a favorite game that you played here, or a memory from one of these games that you kind of sit back and you'll be on a point in the court and just be like, wow, I remember 7 or 8 years ago hitting a 3 right from this spot?
Well, besides the year that we won the Slam Dunk Challenge.
Yes, sir.
I would say my senior year when we played Peekskill. I mean, that was a real great game. I mean,
alley-oop to Rashad James.
Yeah, I had a great game. Rashad had a good game, and especially at that time when you had guys like Mookie Jones, who was at Peekskill. I mean, he's like the all-time leading scorer there. So I mean, it made things a lot easier for us to really sell his place out and really continue to keep focusing on trying to get things better for the city.
Absolutely. Chris, we gonna take a break here?
Yeah, we'll take a break. Sean, are you able to stick around? Are you? I don't know. No one
we
tells
got Coach
us
Mayfield just walking into the building,
Coach Mayfield
so maybe
just
we
walked in. Yeah, that'd be perfect. We're gonna take a break. before we do that, again, the game tonight is at 7 p.m., 6:30, Affordable Karting Westchester Knicks pregame show. And also, the Westchester Knicks are home tonight to face the Delaware 87ers at 7 p.m. at the Westchester County Center. The players will be wearing special jerseys as part of Pepe Auto Group's Jersey Night. The Westchester Knicks starting 5 jerseys will be auctioned off during the game, with proceeds benefiting